What was that? What was that?
That was like singing choir or
It's
something.
excitement. It's
Look at
excitement.
this!
Yeah,
Look at
exactly.
that!
Finally.
I think I hear angels singing in the
Finally.
background.
We have talked about this for months.
Here's the story. All right, I bought a bottle of this over a year ago. Opened it right there in the bar, and I remember all of us smelling it, going, "What
What
the
is
hell is
that?
We just wasted like $80.
We're not drinking this, right?" And so we must
But
through it.
we
and
did drink it.
Yeah, we lit up a cigar.
Some
and
of us drank
gone.
it more than other people.
Yeah, well, you two definitely did.
But then over the next year, so many people have commented, and I've actually talked to people, when are you going to do the
Finally
Uigeadail?
broke down.
Yeah.
Look at it.
And we're like, we did it. It was.
We just
Why
didn't
did we not
review it.
Why
We
did we
kinda
not review
remember
it?
it.
Because we drank it.
and it was before we were doing reviews.
I know. So
It was back when
Anyway.
we just drank scotch and drink scotch.
here it is.
Welcome
Back
to the
on
bar.
It's good to see you again, sweetheart.
We
tell
poured
us the
little
story.
samples to let them air
Yeah,
out. So,
so
when we're
we've already
talking
got
about the
pre-poured.
Ardbeg, these are already airing out.
I haven't smelt it at all.
Because this one needs a little time.
Yeah. Other than the fact that I did open it before we came over, and I had a glass at home the other night, and
You cheater.
my wife opens the door to the basement. She goes, "Can I just say that when I opened the door to the basement, I could smell your cigar."
That's a good sky.
Winner.
winner, chicken.
And I had a sample on Thanksgiving Day.
God, you guys suck. Where were we?
I didn't get a sample.
I didn't get
You're
a
gonna
sample.
get
You
some
weren't at
tonight.
the house.
Damn right.
We get extra tonight. Right?
Anyway, Ardbeg, obviously on the island of Isla, right next door to
A throwing
Logomola
stone
and
away.
Lafroig. It's right there.
It's that island,
They're
yeah.
neighbors. Let's see, what else can we say about Ardbeg? I want to give a shout out to David Blackmore. We met him at the
We
tasting,
did,
the
yeah.
Whiskey Expo, and he gave us a
Apples.
cool virtual reality tour.
You can
of-
see Mark dancing and shimmying
Oh,
on
it's
Facebook
great.
and live on our channel.
And if you go to the Ardbeg website, they're running them on their website now.
Those
where you can
360
look through
Yeah,
it.
it's
Yeah,
really cool.
virtual
It's
reality.
Yeah.
Don't drink a bunch and then try and do
No.
it.
Oh,
All right.
I mean,
so
some of us
anyway,
did, but,
let's get into Ardbeg Uigeadail. So what this is, according to the box anyway, and by the way, it is 54.2% ABD.
Ooh,
It's- yeah, it's going to be it's pretty strong.
That's
Um,
could be strong.
They're saying they
No,
take
that's strong.
other Ardbeg offerings and they're vatting them together to bring this particular bottle together. That's what they're claiming. So there's no age statement on it. We don't know how old it is. We know what we kind of expect out of it. You know, it's going to be peaty. It's going to be smoky.
Gonna be hit in the
It's going to
face.
be a hit in the face. But what else can we say about it other than the fact that let's just smell
It goes great with a
It's,
cigar. That's what we can say
it
about
does.
it.
So this
go great
does. So
with
if you're, this is a, well, we'll talk through the flavor profile neat like this, but if you add a cigar to this, it totally sweetens it up. It
Yeah, I mean,
brings
it's
it
like
up.
candy.
It is like candy.
So
It-
good.
Yeah.
So good. I want a cigar right now just because.
So it smells a little bit hot, but I'm getting like.
But it's
There's
54,
a lot of
so-
sweet tones
It's
to it.
really popular. I mean,
This-
a lot
this
of
is
people
like-
are drinking this. They love it. It's scored huge across the board and tons of other places. All kinds of reviews are giving this, high scores.
Definitely.
Right, so,
iodine.
and you know what? Well, you two have
Not
had
bad.
it, but
Right.
I haven't had this in about a year.
I haven't
so
either.
I'm pretty excited about it.
Iodine.
But okay, so it's got some alcohol in the nose. Not
but
terrible.
It's,
It's
which
there.
is funny because it's been sitting here for a minute, and,
Yeah,
you
I
know,
know.
airing out. So I'm glad we poured them early, actually.
But there is some sweet floral honey.
Honey?
Mm-hmm.
What do we give? $85 for it, by the way.
Medicine, medicinal.
Man, that's good. I don't know what you guys are waiting.
You know
on.
the funny
I've been
thing
wanting
is,
to taste
dude,
this forever.
I get that iodine in that medicine, but I think it really marries good with some sweetness into it.
I'll
It
tell you
does.
what.
It's creamy.
It gives your
smelling.
mouth
Yeah.
the tingles. It's got
Yeah,
it's got
yeah,
a
it
lot
does.
of good stuff going on in here. It's got some sweet. It's got the smoky. The alcohol
Something else.
kind of gives it a little punch, but it's not over the top.
Nutty too. Almost not
It almost-
peanut butter, but that kind of nutty
It almost tastes like.
smell to it.
It's got some caramel notes in the back. I mean, it's
I'm
got
getting
some
the caramel
like
in the
deep
back.
sugary notes to it.
So that's the thing.
Sweet
You have,
Oh,
you
yeah.
have to
smoke.
listen to your palate because I'm getting the kind of the smoke iodine peat on the sides, but then if you let it roll on the back of your tongue, I'm getting some of the caramel. You really have to listen to this. Yeah.
There's just a lot going on.
Man, that is
And-
tingling.
Now I'm getting like earth and like.
Oh,
See,
it's
and I
earthy.
love
It's
that
got
earthy.
burnt,
Wet,
I
burnt
love
leaves
toast
or-
and charcoal, and
Love
yeah,
that
it's got an
earthiness to it.
earthy. quality
to
to
me,
it
it's
that's
heavy.
great.
It's a heavy. It's just a lot of weight going on in there. There's something.
To me, the alcohol, like it is, but the alcohol kind of thins everything out and just lets it flow around your mouth a little
hot.
bit.
I'm not gonna lie
I
about
got
it.
walnuts in the taste too.
It's got a
Aftertaste.
lot of good stuff in there, though. I'm going to put a little bit of water on it because I think that it's a little bit hot.
I think it can handle it.
Absolutely, it
Um,
can handle it. And I think it might bring out.
I need to, because I'm gonna need some. It's pretty potent.
Yeah, I'm getting a little heat on it.
This is delicious, though. God, does it just smell freaking wonderful? You want to chew on it.
It's definitely a chewable scotch.
Yeah, it's got. This is a glass you can sit with for a
So
while.
while $80, $85 for this, it's 50 some proof. It's or
See,
50% alcohol. It's strong enough that you can really sip it. You do not want to take
No.
a big mouthful.
This
of
is not your entry scotch level. I mean, this is something that you need to
This
enjoy
is-
scotch to taste this.
Yeah, this is an advanced scotch. You're not gonna want to run out and get this bottle if you don't like big smoky
We were
burn
done with
stuff.
caramel. Well, that sweetness. We put a little water on there, and the sweetness
Yeah.
Oh,
really
even
pulls out
the
of there.
palate.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
The
Oh
water
my
really
God.
hits
They just
palate.
needed to tame down that alcohol.
What
just
do
a
we know
little
the
bit.
casking of this or anything about
no,
that?
other than
'Cause
it's a
all-
special batting of
They pull a bunch of different bottles and different casks.
It's non-chill filtered.
Yeah, so it may have artificial coloring.
A little bit of
Don't know.
salt too.
Mm.
I
Yeah,
wouldn't be surprised. I mean, where they're located.
It's got a little bit of that sea spray kind of quality to
Seaweed
it.
spray.
seaweedy.
So I was tasting this on Thanksgiving Day actually, and it's got a lot of. It almost has a bit of a seaweed neat, but when you add the water to it, it really sweetens it up, and so the seaweed kind of falls away. You still get the brine, you still get
See, that's what I smell.
the
like
peat,
brine.
and
Nice.
the sweetness really pulls up, which
Yeah.
is really nice. It's
Yeah.
a nice balance.
Well, you're up, buddy.
So who's up?
I'm up.
Yeah.
All right,
Do it.
Give me
Keep
one more
talking.
second. You
Keep
keep
talking.
talking. Let me give you a
All
second.
right. So it's big and bold, but it's not overpowering to me. When we first had our first glass of this, I didn't think we were ever going to finish that bottle.
We had a
I thought it
hard
was going to
time
sit on
drinking
my
it.
bar forever.
And that was over a year ago.
Because at that
Well over
point
a
we
year
were
ago.
into more sweeter, lighter scotches for the most part.
Yes, we were.
Even Andrew, this wasn't his wheelhouse. It was
not.
just way too over the top.
Yeah.
Now that our palates have developed a little bit, I think I can appreciate the scotch a little bit more. But if we had tried to review it back then, I don't think we would have
We've
scored
done
it very
justice.
well.
I'm glad
Not
we
at
waited.
all. So this is an
Yeah.
advanced scotch. It's not for
Yeah.
everybody.
It's popular though. I mean, there's a
Yeah.
lot of
Alright.
People that like it,
All
like
right,
it.
so let me go into this. So this is like you said, a heavy scotch. It takes guts to drink it. It takes water to dilute it. It takes time on it.
Mhm.
I'm gonna give this. It's a non-age, $80 a bottle, high alcohol bottle.
It's gonna last.
I'm gonna give this a 3, and that's my initial thought on this because it is a little expensive. It is complex, and maybe go up a little bit on that then.
He's talking himself up
it is
already.
I am
complex.
talking
It is
myself up
complex.
because it's
You're
got
right.
that. It's got sweetness on the nose. It's got sweetness on the flavor. It's got brine in the flavor. You add a little water, that sweetness comes up. The smoke comes down. They get brine. I think I'm gonna have to go 3.5 on this. So as I talk myself through this, because I haven't had time to think about it, I'm gonna go 3.5 on this because this is a scotch that is well balanced in its complexity. It has multiple flavors that occur almost simultaneously on the tongue, depending on what you're thinking about. And so I'm gonna go 3.5 with the brine, the smoke, the sweet all together. The finish is long, really long. You can dilute it down. It handles it. This is a great scotch. 3.5.
There you go. Drew, what you got?
Wow, this is.
I'm interested to see. I
I-
don't know.
I-
I don't know.
He's been leaning more towards
Right.
Andrew. They're hanging out.
I know, right? We're holding hands back
You're
here.
starting to
Like,
play
what you
with
got
me.
going
I
on?
You would
used
have
to be
thought I'd be
able
an
to-
Isla guy.
I know.
right?
I used to be able to just nail him before I knew his number before he
do you
said
think
it,
I'm
and
gonna
now I don't know. I really
Go.
don't. I'm at a loss here.
I like this scotch. It's a very deep, rich. Almost, it doesn't have dark chocolate, but it reminds me of a dark chocolate richness to it. It's such a good, slow drinking scotch. The nose, if you get past the alcohol, because it's definitely there,
Yeah,
the
it's
water
hot.
really helps with that.
Sweetness and brine.
And then
Yeah.
the sweetness and brine comes out. But the palate, my gosh, the palate is so good, you guys. It's like a rich, bready. I don't know what that is, but it's just a really good, soothing palate, long palate, little smoke, and like eat some oysters with it and whatever, right?
I had some. David gave me oyster with it.
Oh my gosh, it's a good.
So good.
It's something like I can imagine having a glass of this with a nice, elegant dinner.
Yeah.
I mean, it would go great.
Like
with that.
steak, a big
Yes.
steak dinner.
Heavy
It's
Scotch.
heavy, so it's not like you can drink what it's like fish.
And one glass is going to last you
a long
Right.
a long time. You're not going to have two, maybe two if you're going to get drunk.
So that adds the value to it. That
It
it's,
does.
You
It
don't
does.
need much of this to
No.
get the flavors.
Now I will say, because he's sitting there watching me,
I
like,
am.
what's
I'm
my
on-
number?
I'm
What's
on,
your number?
Scott.
What's your
What's
number?
Give it up,
dang
Rick. Come on,
number?
we got
I
time.
like this a lot. I think that it deserves a high number, but I will say that it's a little bit out of my realm a little bit. So I'm going to knock it down just for my palate alone. I think it's worthy of a 3.5. I'm going to give it a 3 because it's a really good Scotch. I want to give it a 3, but I like some of the sweetness thing that I'm missing out of this. And then the Lafroy Lagavulins, I'm really there with the Islas, and I like this a lot, but it's just not right there for me.
So you want to give it a 3, but
3,
Nice.
I'm
5.
give
gonna
it a
I'm gonna
three.
give it a
You
3.
want
I want
to
to give it a
give it a
3.5.
3.5. But all right, okay, all right.
All right. So this is a very versatile glass for me. It's
Versatile.
big, it's bold, it's creamy, it's got sweet,
It's
it is a
really
little bit
well
hot
balanced.
neat. I've got to put a little bit of water on it, 54%.
Absolutely.
It's just a little bit hot, but the water doesn't even touch it. It just brings the alcohol down to a manageable level.
Helps the
All the
nose.
flavors are still there.
Well balanced.
It goes great with cigars. If
Yeah.
you're a cigar smoker, this is
Yeah.
when you start smoking a cigar, a nice cigar, and you have a glass of this, you get it's just sweet candy.
Honey and sweetness.
It's the best thing you've ever had.
Yeah, that is true.
You know, you get like burnt toast with honey on it, and it's got a creamy quality to it. It's well balanced, and I know it's an NAS for $85, but I'm giving it a 3.5. I think it's a solid
Woo!
glass of Scotch.
Nice.
All right, man.
That's a
So
fair review.
I'm not quite sure what my number is yet, so I'm going to talk my way through
Oh,
it.
boy, it's gonna be-
Andrew's
what are you
got
gonna
it.
I'm free for the next 20
No, whatever.
minutes.
I got to disagree with you guys all on fact. I liked it better neat. Yes, it's hot. Yes, it's 54%. But I got to be honest. I put the water on it, and I lose the palate. After putting water on it, I'm just getting smoke. Neat.
He's
neat.
had too much Scotch.
Neat. I get on the nose. One time I'll smell it, I'll get a salty, briny seaweed. And the next one, it's a sweetness into it. Love it. There's a lot going on in there, and I mean it's enjoyable. You want to smell it every time. You just want to keep smelling it. 'Cause you don't know what you're going to get out of it.
Yes,
Taste
good.
it. Sure, it's a little bit hot. It's 54%, but the flavor profile that's coming through on the palate, neat, is just it's
How do you do
fireworks.
that?
There's just a
one
ton
little
of stuff.
glass.
Ton of stuff going on
Man.
in it. I mean, it's. I love the fact that it's sweet, but yet it's salty, but yet it's peaty, but yet it's smoky. I mean, it's got it all in there, and they are married together well. They're dancing around in there nicely. I love it.
Yep.
Can drink it. I hate to say it, but the water really I don't get nothing out of the palate on the water. I wish it
Smooths
did.
it up.
That's fine if I don't. So that's why I'm saying I'm stuck between the number 3.5 neat, 3 with water. So can't give it a 3.25. Do I round up or do I round down?
How did the manufacturer present that to you?
How did the manufacturer present it?
Neat.
What do you mean?
They gave it to you neat.
They gave it to me. If I got to score neat, I'm gonna give it a 3.5 because I think it's
I
worthy.
think you just kind of edged
Andrew
him on
just
your
talked
number.
to me.
He's just
No,
like,
well,
hey, what are you gonna think about that,
Because
buddy?
so,
Come on.
so if I'm a master distiller, I could give this to you whatever alcohol content I want. I could add water to it.
Well, sure.
But no, they gave it to you this way.
That depends on your
You know,
palate.
I'll stick with that 3.5 because I'll say this much. Even with water, the nose still stands true. I still get a bunch of stuff going on in the nose. I mean, right there was like a sweet sherry nose, and I'm like, where'd you come from, sweetheart? But on the palate, I'm just not getting it.
So needless to say, it did not disappoint.
Yeah, absolutely not.
Great
You know,
bottle.
and there's no
So-
surprise that it's this popular, and everybody wants to get a bottle of it.
Round the
and
horn.
3.5.
3.5.
3.
3.5.
All right.
So everybody's 3.5 at me.
Everybody's
3
3.5.
points.
I'm sorry.
3.75.
Stifler over there.
It's all good.
Hey guys.
Cheers.
Thanks
Cheers,
for watching.
man. Thanks for watching.